sector is clear.
Give us everything we got! All wings.
What's up, y'all? Saboteur6 here, and today we're going to be going over the block and unleash mechanic to Yoda, and to also test out Master of the Force. So basically there's 4 levels of the absorb mechanic, the block mechanic, and based on those levels you'll do different increased damage, increased knockback, increased range. And so we'll load in here with an unstar card of Yoda to demonstrate what's going on with that.
Too late.
In your cause, such rage.
Okay, so what we're illustrating here is the range. If you look at Phasma screens, especially, you'll see how much it increases, how much the cone increases based on the block absorb level of Yoda. And there's 4 breakpoints that I'll be going over. There's the max range, there's the level 3, level 2, and then the baseline. And I'll go over that in detail. Okay. This is actually going to go over each breakpoint. So that's max, that's level 3, 2, 1, like that. And I'll slow it down so you see. And if you can see it pulse. You can see the cone naturally kind of stop itself as it degrades. So max, 3, 2, 1. You'll get a feel for it the more you use it. In combat it's hard to see. So one more time, and then I'm going to slow it down so you can see it even closer. So max level 4. That's the breakpoint for level 3. So anything from level 3 next to level 2, which is right there, level 2. And then from level 2 all the way down to baseline 1. That's significant for a lot of reasons. Okay, so now we're going to look at damage values. So right off the jump, just your vanilla force push or unleash does 100 damage. You can see that down there. If you look at Phasma's health, 700 minus 600, 100 damage, just flat.
We are a military perfected.
All right, now we're going to look at level 2.
No harm.
Okay.
What do you do?
Level 2, 125 damage. So 700 minus the remaining HP gives you 125, and that's at level 2. And the cone will grow each time as well. It's another example of level 2. 575. Which brings us
Arrogance for fighting back.
to level 3. Okay,
Right, if you must.
level 3. 150 damage. So 550 HP remaining. So 700 minus 550 gives you the
Then
150.
your comrades.
Now this is an interesting one. This is max unleash. So max unleash does the most, 175, pretty far knockback, and it also does an unrecoverable 25 HP. So if you look down at her base health, it is now diminished 25 no matter what. So she had 700, she cannot recover that 25 HP unless she dies or respawns, which is actually what we're going to do here. This time we're going to equip Master of the Force now to show how the star card works in conjunction with all this, because I think there's a lot of confusion with how this card's working. It doesn't really even seem to be working properly. The way it reads is it adds extra damage to your push at max radius, or it sounds like if you're at max distance with the force push, the unleash, and it's going to do bonus damage. But from what I can tell in all this testing, it does not do that. So the first thing we're going to look at is if you read the bonus damage as being applied at the max distance of the cone. So Yoda's lining up to have the cone max distance, and we'll see if it does the bonus damage. It's supposed to do 20 bonus damage. I have a common star card equipped. See that? That's pretty far out there. Let's see if it works. It does not. 600, which is the same as any distance with the cone, just baseline level 1 unleash damage.
The first order is 1.
So, now here's what I'm talking about. So now we're going to test to see if at max charge with blue bar, it does the bonus damage. But again, all it's doing, from what I can tell, is this proc damage, meaning that once Yoda hits that max blue bar, regardless of activating the ability or not, Phasma takes 20 damage, and she does it consecutively. And it's not just Phasma, I've done it with other blaster characters. So now we're going to test to see if we can do the max unleash at full blue bar and what it does to Phasma. Again, just more examples of it doing max radius or max blue bar damage, the 20. And what we're doing is trying to get a feel for how far out that cone is at range to test to see if the range actually will apply any bonus damage. Let's see, there's a slowdown of the proc. And then the push, which should be 175. So what happens is you get the 175 plus the 20 from the proc gives you the 505 HP. So again, it doesn't seem to be functioning the way it implies in the tooltip. And interestingly enough, like I said, the baseline level 4 will have an unrecoverable amount. The proc damage from the star card actually becomes unrecoverable. So you get the 20 plus the 25 from a full charged unleash, and you end up with 45 unrecoverable just on that one, I guess if you want to call that a combo. So Phasma's left with 655 HP out of her 700. That's pretty much it. So this just goes over the basic breakpoint so you understand how to use the block unleash ability mid-match. He has a lot of verticality, which isn't as obvious with the hitbox on the unleash, so you actually can hit Boba Fett out of the air, and people that are on platforms, once you get that full unleash, you have more mobility than you would think. It's still kind of wonky because of the way just unleash seems to work, but hopefully that clarifies the breakpoints and the damage that's applied to each breakpoint as it degrades. So you've got level 1, which is the base, level 2, level 3, and then level 4, which is the max. So it goes from 175 max to 150 at level 3, to 125 at level 2, to the baseline of 100, and that's independent of any type of star card.
Chain me, you cannot.
Alright, so that wraps it up. If you made it through this far, I appreciate it. Give me a like, follow. I'm going to keep making content to try and help the Yoda community and the Battlefront 2 community to clarify some of this stuff. There's a surprising amount of just lack of content, I think, for understanding some of these simple mechanics in the game, and just to even see if star cards are working properly. So I'm going to continue to look into Master of the Force and hopefully help out the community that way. Thanks guys, appreciate it.
Attack me. My ally is the Force, and a power